All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Huckes, and this is Your Best Life Defined. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and get right on this thing. So, I don't know if you've probably noticed or not, but I got off of Facebook. I decided I can't do that drug anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm thinking about this, what it does to me, and I mean, I've been off of Facebook now. I've been clean for 4 days, and it's like, oh, it's been an eternity. And I look at my phone, and what's sad is I still have that icon on my phone. Now I froze my account, so basically no one can see it. I'm basically not there, and all it's going to take for me to get back on is to just click on it. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know anything about anybody. I gotta have my fix. I gotta know some shit about people that doesn't matter. I don't have time to waste living my own life. I gotta pay attention to other people and see what they're doing so I can feel better about my life. I need my likes. I need my friggin' likes. I need my shares. I gotta have people acknowledge me. Oh crap. Are you kidding me? I've been kind of headed this direction for a while. If you listen back to what I've talked about, I've kind of been on this fence because every time I get on social media, it kicks my ass emotionally. And I guess it's possible. Maybe I'm just weak. Maybe I'm just some weak ass bitch that can't handle all that stuff. But I don't think so. I think it's a little more of the fact that it isn't really making my life any better. See, there's a mantra in our family, and it's something you should probably pick up if you're interested in actually having your best life or living your best life, and it is, don't make it worse. But I had been doing social media and Facebook so long, and it feels so good when you get like 1,000 likes on something you put up. You feel like you've really done something. You've really changed the world. You ain't changed shit. I don't even know how many hours I spent on social media drafting my philosophical views on life and on this and on that. And I said it in the last post, but I'm like, what I was getting in return was anxiety. What I was getting in return was the feeling that I wasn't good enough when I looked at somebody I know and they're rocketing to the top and I can't seem to get my shit together. But we're addicted to it. We're addicted to that exposure, that ability to shout out and have people acknowledge us. You do realize that there are people who don't read anything you say. Just because you're a friend, they go through and they click like. All that shit you're writing, all those opinions you have. See, that was really the turning point for me. I try to stay neutral, and I'm the king of understanding who I am, and yet I got sucked into the addiction of this whole conversation as if by posting something on social media you're changing the world. Well, you actually you are changing the world. You're changing the world, but not in the way you think. That philosophical post I put up about how to live your best life or choose better, live better, any of those things that I spent so many hours putting time into, they didn't do anything. And nothing that you're saying is going to do anything except divide you and separate you from people who are just like you. Yeah, I know. Don't want to hear it. Who am I to be telling you what the hell to do? Well, let me just challenge you here. Here's a test for you. Shut Facebook off. See how long you can actually go without looking at it. And now tell me after that little test that you're not friggin' addicted to it. And then, of course, there's the reality of just how amazing it makes your life. I mean, being on Facebook, we're all living large because of that, right? We all have more money than we need, and we're all doing the things we do, and we don't have any struggles in the world. No, we're sitting there spending our time going, oh man, my life really sucks. Looking at other people's lives and going, oh man, I wish I was him. You know, it's interesting about being able to travel, and my wife and I spend a lot of, Sandy and I spend a lot of time traveling, and we spend a lot of time talking about problems of the world. And more than that, we spend a lot of time talking about us and what energizes us and how to make sure that we don't get off path. And we were sitting there talking, and she was feeling a little frustrated because she sees people she knows who are living large, not because they've worked for it, because they've earned it, but because it's been given to them. And we're like, but they're showing these microcosms of their amazing life, these glimpses of the night at the restaurant and the vacation. Yeah, that's 1% of the story. And the funny thing is, it's dictating 90% of our attitudes and our ideas. Facebook has done nothing for me. I mean, it really hasn't. I haven't made a dime, and I'm probably put more effort into it than anybody. I put more quality content to it than anybody. But it's like throwing your resources in a river that rushes by so fast you'll never have enough to keep up. I know. Facebook is everyone standing there saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. Gotta have it. Gotta get that fixed. Shoot it up. Yeah, hey, look what they're doing. Oh yeah, they suck. They're probably in debt and credit cards. And they're doing it just like you. What a scam. The last scam that even came close to this Facebook thing is when they told us how amazing it would be to grow grass and then mow it for the rest of our lives. That was the last big scam. The big scam about the American dream. Hey, here's the American dream. Buy a bunch of shit you can't afford so you can spend your entire life busting your back to pay for it just in time to die. That's some shit there. There's some stuff right there if you want to think about it. Isn't that what we're doing? The cool part about it is what you're doing by logging onto Facebook and sharing all your information is you're giving Facebook every little detail about your life, about who you are, where you go, what you like, what you hate, what you believe, what you think, what you dream. The only thing Facebook doesn't know is what ends up in the toilet every morning when you take a dump. Well, they'll figure that one out too. I think they've got some Bluetooth toilets now, so it won't be long before there'll be a camera there to try and figure out what you got going on down there too. I'm not being harsh. I mean, if this seems overly barren, this is the problem you have with someone who does what I've been doing for as long as I have. The one thing I learned, I did tell you that I'm off of social media as far as Facebook goes. Now I'll throw a tweet up, and all the tweet is my podcast. I figure if this is worth hearing, people will hear it. The thing is, you guys just aren't ready for it. Some of you aren't ready to hear that Facebook hasn't done shit in your life except take your time, steal your attention, and keep you from doing shit that's important. Keep you from doing shit that will actually improve your life. Can you imagine that? Yeah. Hey, could you give me some likes, man? You know, what's funny is when I first started on this, I didn't know how I would be able to do it without social media, without Facebook. You know, how are people going to know who I am? How are people going to know who I am? Well, there's YouTube. And granted, my YouTube channel isn't rocking because I'm not that interested. It isn't that interesting watching me talk shit to you. But that doesn't make it any less true. Think about it. I dare you to take a month off of Facebook. I bet you can't do it. You can't do it. Now, you'll lie to yourself just like an alcoholic lies to himself at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when he says, oh, man, I could just drink a couple. And then he gets off at 5, he goes to the liquor store, and he drinks a 12-pack before he gets home. Facebook's the same way. You'll say, oh, yeah, I don't need Facebook. The hell you don't. I bet most people can't go a week without watching that shit. I know it's been hard for me. I'm experiencing it right now. But the nice part about it is by stepping away from that noise, my head is clear to focus on the things I have to do, right? See, I'm still working on a book. I'm still working on this book, and for some reason I can't get my momentum on it. And in part I've come to realize it's because I feel like a piece of crap most of the time because I'd been spending all my time looking at social media at everyone else's lives and going, man, there was the fucking point in even trying. Man, I suck. And here I'm doing more than anybody, and I have a better handle on this thing than most people, and even I got sucked into it. The reason you can't imagine what your life would be without Facebook is because you haven't been able to do it. Haven't been able to get off the machine, man. Got to see what's up. Got to see who's doing what. Got to talk some shit to people I've never met about shit that don't matter anyway. About shit that you don't have any control over changing anything in your life besides you and the immediate surroundings. You have the ability to change where you live, how much money you make, how you look, how you feel, where you're going. Facebook isn't going to add to any of that. Let me see. How much weight did you lose because of Facebook? Whoa. Now, there are opportunities if you're looking for something like this. I guess you could suppose from that standpoint, you could find someone like me who ain't asking for nothing, trying to give you something. But you can find that anyway. You can find that. You can pick and choose that. You can go through YouTube and you can say, okay, I see this. All right, this will help me. And as soon as you click it, it turns into bullshit. You click it off. See, what's funny about this one is that I'm not asking you for anything. Watch, don't watch. It's not going to change my life. I'm still waking up debt-free. I'm still waking up able to do the shit I do every day. Even if you're grinding it out and in between all that crap you do every day, you're glancing down at your phone going, oh my God, I wish I were them. I wish I were them. Oh, they have it so good. Or talking shit. You know, if you're going to use Facebook, here's a way to use it. Make friends with a bunch of downtrodden people that are doing way worse than you. Skip all the amazing people. Don't be following people like Tony Robbins and Dave Ramsey and Oprah Winfrey and anyone else out there that's already made it. If you want to use Facebook to your advantage, what you should do is you should get you a list of friends whose lives are really sucking. I mean, maybe get some dude who's almost homeless. Hang out with him, because at least then when you look at your feed and you're following those, you can actually be impressed with your life. See, I'm not going to apologize for it. I tell you what, the truth is I'm done being nice. I'm done playing the game and pretending that I've got to say it in a certain way, because this is how it needs to be said. Hey, Facebook is heroin for your mind. And if you want to prove me wrong, show me that you can get off of it for a month. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. Now, I'm not taking it away from everyone. I'm going to give some people some credit. Some people have the unique ability to look at that shit and just move on. To look at that stuff on occasion, see what's going on with family and friends, send out a few I love yous and I miss yous and I hope you're doing fine, and then just get into their life and do what they do. My wife is one of those people. Sandy, and the news is the same thing for her. I must be weak-minded or have a hole in my head, because when I look at social media, man, it just drives me into the pit. And the same thing's true with the news. I can't take that much sadness and that much sorrow. All right? So I'll admit it, but my wife, she does pretty good with it. She just sets it aside. She does her thing. She keeps a great attitude. And oftentimes she has to pick me up off the floor. But for most of us, social media, all those likes and the shares and that feeling of importance that you get when people appreciate what you do, it feels good to be appreciated, but it can be addicting. And the problem is, it ain't taking you anywhere. How many likes did you get, and how much did it pay down on that mortgage you have? How many likes does it take to get a loaf of bread? How many likes does it take to find the time to finally sit down, enjoy a glass of wine, and watch a good movie uninterrupted? The biggest scam since the garden, since the lawn. I mean, here we were years ago. They said, buy the house, buy the cars, and never have fun again. Just go out there and do and work and work and work, and you can dream of having a retirement, but we'll screw you all that too. Don't worry, unless you handle your business and pay attention, it ain't gonna be there either. So, I love it. Just so you know, if you want to reach me, my website is still chrisjaquez.com. You can find me on YouTube. I will throw out my email address. My email address is yourbestlifedefined@gmail.com. So if you want to contact me, you can do it that way. I'm still on Twitter under Chris Jaquez, but as far as Facebook, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not going to make a declaration here. I'm not going to say I will never be on Facebook again, because I think, like all things, I just need to learn how to use that tool to my advantage. See, when I look at people who are successful, like Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, Facebook isn't a tool for them to get attention to everything they're doing. Facebook is a tool to draw attention to the things that they're doing that are worth sharing. Not everything is Facebook worthy, I can tell you that right now. Take a look. And for some of you, maybe my posts aren't Facebook worthy, and that's likely because most people aren't really even ready to hear this. In fact, most people say, oh, bullshit, Facebook is my life, it makes my life better, I get to see my family and friends. If that was the extent of what you do with Facebook, then sure. But even if that's the case, how much time can you spend looking at family and friends? But that's not it. Facebook has become our social value system for our worth. Oh, he's pretty popular on Facebook. He gets a lot of likes. I really like what he's doing. I'm following what he's doing. Why don't you, if you imagine what your life would look like if you put that much effort into anything in your life. Imagine if you spent 3 hours a day just focused on your relationship, or maybe, I mean, hell, I don't know, maybe 3 hours a day working out. Imagine the body you could have. Imagine the self-esteem you would have. Imagine what you would learn if you spent 3 hours a day focused on learning something you don't know. You don't know anything about. There's a lot of stuff you can do in that 3 hours a day. You're going, oh, they like me, woo. To what end? I don't know. I could keep going on about this, but like I said, when it really comes down to it, heroin and Facebook have a lot in common because they're both drugs. And the problem with heroin is, the good thing about heroin is everybody acknowledges it's bad for you. But when it comes to Facebook, oh no, I don't take my Facebook here. Don't take my Facebook. That's how I talk to my people. That's how I hang out with my friends. You know, I've been on social media for about a week. I haven't received one call. There are people who know me, who love me, who haven't seen my presence on social media in a week now. And my phone isn't ringing. My email isn't blowing up. I'm not getting messages going, hey, where you been? We miss you, friend. I gotta say, I'm having fun with this one because the reality is my morning started out like crap. My computer was screwing up. I was having problems and conflicts with listening devices on my computer, so it wasn't working out. But I got back in the groove, and I just want you to know that I'm not telling you this to shame you. I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad or to give you the impression that I'm above all that shit. I'm sharing this with you because you're going to realize these words will ring true at some point when you wake up one day and you go, God damn, where'd the day go? Shit, there I was. I got off work at 5. Next time it's 9:30. I got a 12-pack in me and I haven't done shit. Oh yeah, but Bill and Jan are doing okay, and check this out and check that out, and oh my God, and 2 hours of typing some angry conflict response to someone's post about COVID-19 or about the political election, or I mean anything. I mean, there's some shit going on there, and just so you know, your opinion doesn't matter. What matters is if you step away from it, that heroin, step away from that junk, you keep shooting into your brain. I mean, and what's funny is Facebook is a straight up shot to the brain. It's like taking a needle and sticking it right in your head and pulling the plunger, just pushing that shit as fast as you can. All right, hey, listen, guys. Something to think about, because the reality is that Facebook is not doing anything for you. And what should really be concerning is the fact that you will not be able to step away from it. You will not go Facebook silent for a month because you can't. Because it's an addiction. It creates endorphins in your mind, in your brain. It makes you feel good to get liked, and that's addicting. They know it. The problem is most people don't. So anyway, hey, listen, as always, I really appreciate the follows. I'm going to keep going. It doesn't matter what you think or what you're saying about the things I'm saying, because it's the truth. And you're going to find out, even if you're not ready now, eventually you're going to say, damn, he was right. So until next time, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.